Hello, I'm professional attorney and very much amateur musician Scott Lesowitz, and today in this video I'm laying out why I think it should be viewed as stealing when record companies or music publishers or whomever use content ID claims on YouTube to take the ad revenue when there's clearly fair use, even after the YouTuber disputes the initial content ID claim. Now, I can tell from comments that I've received and even from some statements that some music YouTubers have made on their channels that there's this belief out there that songwriters and owners of sound recordings are entitled to earn revenue from all uses of their songs and sound recordings, even fair uses. That belief is wrong, and I'm going to talk about that in this video, about how copyright holders do not have any right to compensation from fair uses. Now, of course, copyright ownership generally provides certain monopoly powers over the song and the recording, such as the exclusive right to publicly perform the sound recording. So, however, fair use is an exception to the normal exclusive rights. The exclusive rights for copyright holders do not include fair uses of the song or whatever material. And this is good because fair use is very important. Besides the importance of fair uses, including ones, by the way, people could never realistically get a license for, like criticism and parody, what would I do with this channel if there wasn't fair use? How else am I going to get my kids to respect me other than having a YouTube channel? It's not like I'm going to become a professional Minecraft player. Fair use statute says that, quote, the fair use of a copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright, end quote. And as one court said, the doctrine of fair use places important limitations on copyright owners' rights to control the use of its work, so that the statute does not stifle the very creativity which that law is designed to foster by preventing further uses of the work which enrich our culture and do not significantly diminish the value of the original. Now, in reality, determining whether a use is fair use or not can be nuanced and unfortunately hard to predict. For example, uses of copyrighted material for purposes such as teaching do not always actually amount to fair use. For instance, universities generally cannot simply photocopy textbooks and hand them out to students, even though it's for a teaching purpose. However, there are plenty of times when fair use is clearly present, as is often the case when a musical education or commentary video uses a short clip of a song in order to illustrate a point. For example, there was a court that found it was fair use for a documentary about burlesque to use a short clip of a dancer dancing to a song which was played to help illustrate the views expressed by someone being interviewed in the documentary. Therefore, there was no need to obtain any license or make any payment for use of the song since it was a fair use. And note that there was a finding of fair use even though the defendants were Netflix and Apple, which are for-profit companies. And also, you should be proud of me that I'm not making a burlesque joke, which I think shows I'm maturing or something. Now, taking a step back, I understand with so many videos being posted on YouTube all of the time why record companies use YouTube's automated content ID system to automatically demonetize videos that use music clips. Even very short clips from songs are often not fair use. However, if the YouTuber disputes the content ID claim on fair use grounds, if the record company reinstates the content ID claim, even though the video's use of the song was clearly fair use and it was flagged as such, in my mind, that is stealing, even if it doesn't make them criminals. Now, I'm not saying that it is stealing if the record companies or whomever incorrectly asserts fair use in good faith. I'm talking about times when the fair use is obvious, such as a video analyzing a song that plays a few seconds of the song to illustrate a point. Now, the law supports my opinion here. I'm not going to get into the details in this video, but YouTube's content ID system is YouTube's own creation. That's a voluntary alternative to rights holders issuing a formal legal takedown request. But when rights holders do choose to go the legal route and do a takedown notice, the law requires them to first consider whether or not there is fair use before issuing a takedown notice. If a rights holder makes a takedown notice knowing that the use constituted fair use, the alleged infringer is allowed to sue over the wrongful takedown request. The alleged infringer might even be entitled to attorney's fees. So with that, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching, and I'll have further videos that talk about what actually is and is not fair use in the music video contents